So now begins the Lawyers of India Day celebration. As many of you might already be aware of the fact that Bar Association of India started celebrating the birthday of Dr. Rajendra Prasad, which falls on the 3rd of December every year, as the Lawyers of India Day. And on this occasion, we started recognizing the leaders amongst us, those who have led us in ensuring that rule of law prevails, the constitutional values are upheld, and they have contributed immensely in the legal profession. So therefore, this process in fact began in the year 2016, and all of you might have seen this booklet, this brochure, which contains the details of the past awardees. So all the past awardees include people like Mr. Nariman, whose memory we were celebrating, his life we were celebrating yesterday, Mr. Anil B. Diwan, Mr. Salve, Mr. K. Parasharan, Mr. K. K. Venugopal. While we celebrate the lawyers and their achievements to the legal profession, the Bar Association also thought it important to acknowledge the academic work that either the professors in the universities are doing or lawyers themselves are contributing. So therefore, the process of acknowledging the work of a law teacher or academician also began in 2016. And in that process, we have given the Lawyers of India Day Award to Professor N.R. Madhav Menon, to Professor Moolchand Sharma, to Professor Ranveer Singh, to Professor Upendra Bakshi, to Professor Kamlesh Joshipura, Professor Dilip Uke, amongst others, and Professor M.P. Singh. Besides that, in 2018 also began another new era in the Lawyers of India Day Awards, when Bar Association of India consciously took the decision to definitely have at least one women advocate, and we recognize their work so that that becomes a shining example and a source of inspiration for other women lawyers to be aspiring to be doing well in this profession. So therefore the Women Lawyers Award also began. Besides that, it was also thought that we must also acknowledge the work that people do in various expert areas. For example, in 2018, we started with the awards to prominent mediation experts of the country, starting with Mr. Sriram Panchu, who was awarded that year. So there has always been a churning process within the Bar Association of India as to how to make this award more inclusive, more diverse, and acknowledge diverse areas of work so that the new generation of lawyer has their own role model to look forward to. So with that, now I request once again our President to add on to on why and how we celebrate Lawyers of India Day. Thereafter, I would request the Learned Attorney General to deliver his speech.
Thank you. A Bar Association of India is a community of peers. And any recognition which is awarded by a community of peers, I think is the most valuable one. Because here you are not recognizing strangers, not recognizing people who are not connected with. You are recognizing people whom you have seen working, having performed admirably, who are existing source of inspiration and role models. Because the award comes next. We recognize those who are already icons. And as peers we know that. And that is why the Bar Association of India started to award those from our own community who have rendered exceptional service to the law in the areas of human rights, in the administration of justice, as legal professionals, academics. And we chose December 3 as the day because it was the birthday of our first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, who inaugurated the Bar Association of India and who was himself a very noted lawyer, who headed the Constituent Assembly, was one of the famous and founding fathers of the Constitution, besides being the first president of the Republic. And what he spoke during the inauguration just did not talk about the objectives which a bar association should have. He also connected it with the dreams, aspirations, challenges of a newly formed republic. Because in the life of republic, even when we say that we are 75-year-old, in the life of nation states, this is still a short span. So to take inspiration for him and to give these awards while commemorating him is something which we thought will do justice to the Bar Association's own endeavors. So friends, this year, because all of us had just emerged from a very grueling but very successful and intensely hosted Law Asia conference in Bengaluru, to expect all our colleagues from all over the country to again assemble within 4 or 5 days in New Delhi. We thought, a thin attendance and, lack of enthusiasm should not mar the energy and the aura of the award function. So we took a conscious decision that we will hand over these awards. We declared the awards on December 3, but we thought that we will hand over the awards during this Rule of Law Convention. So here we are, and we have very stellar legal luminaries this year. And one category which Anandita, as we have been improving on this template, is that we have started recognizing the regional leaders of the bar, the prominent bars. Because as Bar Association of India, we are nothing if we are not having our close units of different bar associations at the High Court level and district level are with us. Their leadership and contribution is recognized. So from last year, we including this also as an award. And then this year we are going a little further. We are including one award for a lawyer for distinguished service at the district level. And that too, not just in the metropolitan cities and all. We have to look at the whole diversity of India, because the challenges and diversity of laws is still there. So we have states in which still customary laws are very important. Constitution recognizes them. And there, how that practice has developed, how that expertise has developed, is something we wanted to recognize as well. So there are these combination of factors which has led us to choose this year's awardees. And I will leave the job of saying about the awardees to our chief guest, the learned Attorney General. The files are there. What I am doing is announcing the names. Dr. Lalit Bhasin, the immediate past president of Bar Association of India, but he does not just belong to us. He belongs equally well to the international legal community. As he was talking about Fali yesterday, whatever he spoke about Fali is in the same measure applicable to him. He has been instrumental in putting India in on international legal landscape, and one of the things which I was personally witness to when he launched Society of Indian Law Firms. The launch was by the president, then president, lady president of IBA, and on that year the presidency should have gone to him of the International Bar Association, but he withdrew in favor of the first woman International Bar Association president candidate. So he is not just known for his leadership, he is also known for promoting the women leadership in the bar through his personal sacrifice. So that is something which, since he was leading us till the last term, and we could not recognize him when he is himself is the one handing over the awards. Otherwise, it's an honor coming very late to him, but due to the position he held, we were constrained to recognize him earlier. Then Shri Amarjit Singh Chandiok ji, he is himself the epitome of what is called a bar leader. We always forget the number of times he has been president of the Delhi High Court Bar Association. And it is not just leadership of the bar. One thing which it has never gone out of my mind is the image when in Delhi High Court, on the gates of Delhi High Court, bomb blasts took place, and it was not known that how many more bombs are there, because like in Bombay and other unfortunate places where these acts of terrorism happen, it is not just one device, multiple devices. And before police or law enforcement authorities and other could intervene, on television we saw images of Mr. Chandiok himself, without care for his own life, along with his colleagues, carrying the injured to the hospitals in their personal cars. What he has done in the field of mediation and others is known to everybody, but I thought I should, underline this aspect of him, where you can say he is ready to give his life for the bar. And he showed it. Then there are few lawyers, and among them Fali is there, Soli was there, but we have this enormous talent across India. And Shri Aryama Sundaram is somebody who brought the expertise in the area of commercial laws, company laws, to its pinnacle. And that's how he started from Chennai, where he was immensely popular and continues to be popular, but he became indispensable here and in all the high courts. Because, legal practice is always a duel, and you need duellers, and there were not too many. So he used to come sometimes. Now he has to be here because of the enormous demand of those duellers who can take the cudgels on behalf of different clients, opposing clients in the equal measure. So, sir, it's a pleasure for us to recognize you. Then we have our very own Madhavi Diwan, Madhavi Goradia Diwan. First, I had to take permission of Sham because, you know, and I had to tell Sham that, Madhavi, if you are a vice president and we recognize Madhavi, it has no connection with you and the office you hold with us. We are recognizing her in her own right and you should not come in the way. So, as a good husband, he said, okay. Because, yeah, Sham is there. So Madhavi is not, just has been additional Solicitor General. Her practice, she honed her practice under Janak in Bombay, whole gamut of laws from commercial laws, and especially, her that aspect of being a prolific writer as well as a practitioner lawyer is what gives her a unique personality, and that is why we decided to exploit it by making her editor of Indian Advocate. So she brought out some fabulous volumes of Indian Advocate before being snatched away by the government, because additional Solicitors General work is so much that whether you want to edit an article or look at the files which have been sent to you past 10:30 p.m. for the matter which is coming at 10:30 a.m. tomorrow. So Madhavi had to excuse herself from being the editor. But we are not merely recognizing her as a woman lawyer, though Anindita said that we are making a point. So her recognition is not based on gender. Her recognition is based on her exceptional ability and blend as a lawyer and as an expert on media law, where she has written authoritative books. Though Shri Nitin Thakkarji comes, these categories sometimes are meaningless, as a bar leader, but he always deserved to be recognized as a senior advocate who has made tremendous contribution to the commercial law and mediator, and mostly, his remarkable contribution is with the passion. He has devoted himself to the capacity building activity of the bar. I don't know what personal sacrifice he is making in terms of his own practice, but the endeavors he has taken as a leader of the bar have not been done by anybody so far. He is not just very active, he is able to push things, he is pushing the boundaries, and he has also, as Anindita had pointed out, now created a new tradition that at least 30% of the candidates or office bearers in the Bombay bar must be women. Unless until we have these opportunities created and we do it with as an emphasis, the leadership and the profession itself will remain lopsided. So we salute you, sir, and if nothing else was there, this was the single reason to recognize you, though there are hundreds of others. Then Dr. Jayaprakash Gupta, he is from Ranchi, Jharkhand, and one of the few people I met when I joined Bar Association of India. He has written compendiums on customary laws, not just of his own state, right from the Northeast. And he continues to do that, and continues to do that for the whole expanse of India with a missionary zeal. He had been a legislator. He knows, not just from the legal side, but also from being a member of legislative assembly, that how, indigenous people, the tribals and others, and these communities, what kind of odds they face in their lives. And I think that is one of the driving forces, that experience is one of the driving forces. He thought that let me catalog all this. Let me create a reservoir of knowledge where you can go and you can see how, though constitutionally recognized, these sets of laws have worked out in practice. Sir, to work on these areas, the nation itself deserves gratitude, owes gratitude to you. And what we are recognizing you today from as peers from the lawyers community is a very small honor we are extending to you. Now I will request our learned Attorney General. I just gave my personal, view about each person. We have their biodata and this thing in the booklet there, and you can say a few words, and then so that we can have a very good memory, we will have the exchange of awards. We have the conferment of awards down there.
I was thinking yesterday this podium was in a very enclosed space, and one has to face the entire members of the bar standing like this, look very relaxed. um, this booklet can only speak very little about all of you. And each one of us know each other over a long period, jostling in the crowd, in the bar, in the corridors, and then courtrooms, exchanging all kinds of pleasantries, all that apart. Bar Association of India gathers us in a very different level. We become part of the company of people who are wedded to the cause of justice. And in the cause of justice, all of us play roles which we devise over a period of time, each one of us for more experience and perspectives on life and our orientations, ideologies. But then the beauty of it all is that all of us, those who are getting honored today, have done it in their own very special ways. And the honor is only a very small measure of acknowledging these special ways. I was just curious reading that Mr. Arima Sundaram studied philosophy. And I'm sure one day he will write like Dr. Radhakrishnan, the history of Indian philosophy. I'm sure he must do that. And then the course of Indian philosophy and justice today. What Indian philosophy relationship has got modern justice. I'm sure he's capable of doing that. And I hope he continues reading philosophy outside the court and sometimes inside the court also. Madhvi, I know every one of you I can talk something other very so pleasing to my heart. But then our president left me tongue-tied, and he left me hardly anything to say more important than beyond what's stated here. But what I think is when we gather on occasions like this to reiterate that, I can feel very emotionally involved in a sense. I was looking at the cover page. You look at the tall figures who conceived of an association like this, and which they probably thought as the years roll by, those of us who would come and occupy the places of leadership in this organization, and the directions which this organization will take and play in the lives of people of our country. remarkable. And therefore, every recognition is part of the story of our playing our own way, part of being partners in justice administration. So, attorney by definition has to be by learning and scholarship, but I don't think I match with the definition. I must be non-discriminatory. So therefore, I don't think I can pick up any one particular aspect of each one of the awardees today and say that's great. Comparison sometimes will be wrong, but I think comparison sometimes is important in the sense that from a very subjective point of view, I can say so many things about each one of you, and probably after the awards are over, on some little reflection regarding more of their unknown part of their lives, personal, cultural, spiritual, and other parts of your life. Give me permission to write about all of you. And that will be the way I would be able to honor you. So that's good, very good. I feel humbled, I feel honored, and I feel privileged to be standing here and talking to these very, extraordinarily, accomplished persons. So today, for I feel honored, right? And I thought that I don't think I'll spend time on talking about the dialogues and the discussions which went on yesterday and today, but I just want to recollect a few things. The Singapore Public University, the academic who was teaching there, wrote a book on Indian Penal Code more than about a decade ago. While comparing the Indian Penal Code with the English penal law and some other European penal laws, he said the Indian Penal Code is more organized. He gave very insightful information about that. So 120 and odd years we say it's all bad. Maybe, but then if you're talking about liberation from a colonial point of view, well, what are we doing? And I think it's important not to probably write epitaphs in the new laws before they're really born, but give them enough time that they flourish and then become part of dialogues and people's experiences before they can say, we enrich them, we nourish them, and so that they grow with us. The penal law of a country, I think, is the spinal cord of liberty in a country. If that penal code and the spinal cord are weak, I think there are going to be problems. That's why we talk about liberty and all that. Yesterday I made that point that from a procedure code we are now called a Suraksha Sanhita. So what a world of difference conceptually. Therefore, I think Bar Association should play a big role in translating these new penal compendium legislations into more workable and legislations where people can feel that the laws are not alien to them. The alien element of law is the most distasteful element of a law. We have many such laws with us. So let's Bar Association work on this as much as possible and try to probably put more minds together. And finally, to recognize people coming from districts. I don't think Madras, Bombay, Bangalore, Calcutta, etc. can be the only intellectual capitals of a country. There are many parts of a country where persons who are well accomplished with great experience and insights are available to us, and we must continue to recognize them. And the way we recognize them should not be again by way of a mere one may call a lesser level of recognition. It will be recognition at a very important level. If the district bar or the taluk bar must become part of the mainstream legal fraternity as years to come by, because we are moving into a world which many of us even did not imagine a couple of years ago. Globalization, technology, all that kind of stuff. So administration of justice, judges, all of us are marching into a world where virtually it's an unknown territory maybe a couple of years later. So I think the district bar must become part, what I call the spinal cord of a country, and we must make it part of the spinal cord of a country. Let's give more and more recognition to district bar and recognize younger talent in the district bar. There's a lot of cynicism which is setting in some quarters. We must deal with that. We must almost reach out to the cynicism and see that associations like us will be able to give solace, comfort, togetherness, and fraternity. That's what fraternity is all about. So having said all that, I'm too glad to be here once again. Let me try to shake hands and open up my hearts the way we could honor them. Please do that. Ilgide?
Bar Association of India to have honored me. I'll take this honor with all humility and see it may encourage me, bring me new sprinter, new energy in me to see what bet I can do for the bar.
Thank you, sir. Now may I request Shri C. Aryama Sundaram to kindly please come here.
To tell a lawyer to say a few words is really an oxymoron, very difficult. But I must say, but I must say one thing, as was said earlier, to be recognized by one's peers is the greatest compliment of all. You can be recognized by many people, but to be recognized by your own peers is the great compliment. As far as I'm concerned, I've always said law, for some, is a profession. For others, it's a vocation. For yet others, it's a calling, which is why we are called to the bar. And as long as we remember that it's one of these, and realize that business is side by side, but law should not descend into being a pure business, that's all I would like to say. And all I'd like to say is that on my part, I shall continue my efforts to do what I can with the level of integrity I believe this profession deserves, and for which I'm so grateful that all of you have recognized me. And I'm most grateful to have received this award from my dear, dear friend, the Attorney General of India, who's doing us all so proud. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now may I request Dr. Lalit Bhasin to kindly come. Dr. Bhasin, over to you.
No. He won't do that. I have been receiving awards on his hands, and I think it's my turn today. And therefore, he is going to be tongue-tied with our affection. But still, you can have your voice.
Actually, I ought to have recused myself from this award ceremony because I was the one, along with Prashant and the team, to have started these awards and the Lawyers of India Day. I did not expect that I will be one of the recipients because the Bar Association during the tenure of Mr. Anil Diwan and when Mr. Prashant Kumar was the secretary, they had already honored me, you see, with the award, with the love and the affection. So I think I ought to have recused myself. But as Ariman Sundaram rightly said, that when peers recognize you, there cannot be any highest honor or award. And that is what late P.P. Rao said, I still remember, when we honored him when he became Padma Bhushan and all that. He said, this award is very, very special to me. I have had the benefit of getting awards from many, many institutions. My wife Nina, you see, she's hard pressed to where to place those awards. But I can assure you this award will have a special place of honor. Great. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. May I now request Ms. Madhavi Garodia Diwan to kindly come.
I have no words of wisdom really to offer because I think I'm learning every day. Uh, really learning every day, and I don't think there's a profession which can offer a daily opportunity to learn at somebody else's expense. The client, of course, and really it's, I mean, I was a very unlikely lawyer myself. And I think that, you know, the fact that one gets to learn every day about society, about human problems, about the economy, about politics, about so many different things. I think very few professions are as fortunate as ours. And I think that has kept me going in many moments of doubt and disillusionment. And since you say so much about Sham, I'll also say that I think it was just oodles of moral support. Also, I will, but of course, I was hoping that it wasn't my gender that brought me here. And I'm going to say this, since you have instituted one position for my gender, there's going to be a time, and it's not very far away, when you'll have to institute one of those awards for the diversity quotient for men, because the rest are going to be taken by women. And that day is not, no, it's not funny. It's going to be true. Yeah, 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 yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much, and a great privilege and honor to receive it from you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You are an inspiration and you are going to inspire a lot of young lawyers, those who are here, and aspiring to do well in this profession. Now may I request Sri Nitinji Thakkar to kindly come here.
Today I stand before you as a recipient of this prestigious award from the peers, and I accept it with deep gratitude and humility. I thank Bar Association of India for conferring me with this award, and I am blessed by the Almighty all through my life, and this honor is nothing but His blessings. In this moment of reflection, I am reminded of the fact that this award is not just a personal accomplishment, but a testament to the collective efforts of everyone who has mentored me, guided me, and supported me, including my Guru and my family, to whom I am greatly indebted. Mr. Anil Diwan, my senior, my father, Mr. G. A. Thakkar, senior advocate, and Mr. Ashok Desai shaped my professional career. I would like to dedicate this award to my senior, Mr. Anil Diwan, who has been one of the most important persons throughout my personal and professional life, and who has been like guiding light to me ever since I joined these chambers. But for him, I would not have been what I am. I am really thrilled that the award is given by the Bar Association of India, of which he was the president. I thank my colleagues at Bombay Bar Association for making me what I am. I am mindful of the fact that with great recognition comes even greater responsibility. As a recipient of this honor, we are entrusted with the task of not only upholding the values that this award represents, but also inspiring others to implement the values represented by it. Thank you once again.
Now may I please call upon Dr. Jaiprakash Gupta ji to come.
I know Mr. Gupta since quite long. We worked on some human rights issues more than 15, 20 years ago, if you remember that.
25 years.
Maybe.
Since 1990.
And he's still young and I'm growing old. I feel very honored to be in his company and to recognize him. And so thank you so much for accepting this award.
Learned Attorney General Sahab, my friend, the President of Bar Association of India, Prashant ji, my Reverend Lalit Bhasin, and persons present here, my dear friends, first I will give my pranam to my Guru, Dr. Professor Lalita Prasad Vidyarthi, a professor of anthropology, well known in the world. When I was a student of anthropology, doing my MSc, I have done my LLB there also from my Chotanagpur Law College. And when I have got both the result at a time, simultaneously, my HOD professor has given me appointment letter at that time in the year 1980, 78, 80, BC appointment was going on, not UGC was BC appointment, direct appointment. 2 minutes, may I take, sir? Because
आपका दिन है, जितना मर्जी लीजिए टाइम।
नहीं, 2 बात मैं केवल यहाँ करना चाहता। Maybe my destiny here. He was going to give me appointment letter for lecturership in a college. And at the same time, I have got my result for LLB. At that time, I was also secretary, general secretary of my university students' union. I requested my professor, sir, give this appointment to another fellow. If he will give me, he will not get it, this job, and he need it. And let me, I will do practice in legal. What he has told me at that time, आंसू उनके आंखों में आ गया, and he patted, oh, I was expecting from you this thing. Go work and work for these tribal peoples where you live. They need legal help. They need their emancipation. And you can get them, give them legal help, give them the justice. And from that day, I am doing so many work in so many places, venues I have gone. And it was in my mind, that is why I have started my work for their customary laws, because it is constitutionally recognized. Constitution says it. Their customs are equal to law under Article 13(3)(a). And that is why, sir, I have started this show and working. My 5th schedule to the Constitution is published. And this work, Customer Uses Having Force of Law series, in 17 volumes, for each and every state separately. I have completed Bihar, Jharkhand, my first volume, second for Northeast region, for 7 states, third for Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, fourth for Odisha. Now I am working for Andhra Pradesh and Telangana on my 5th volume. And so I am going to travel all over the country for 17 volumes. And it is all on behalf of the Bar Association of India. This picture enthused me. What is here the pious institution? What encouraged me? And the कहा जाता है ना संगति से ये होता है, ये संगति है. One thing I want to point out, sir, dear my friends, you know why these tribals are still in existence, why they are keeping their identity. because they are following the rule of law. Because they are following the rule of law of their community, they are survived from individual to the community level, nation level, and for the whole world, for the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. And this is the thing which I want to bring before the people of all fraternity. Thank you, sir. Sir.
Thank you, sir. Now may I request all awardees to kindly come here. So we can take a picture together. Rachna ma'am. Rachna ma'am. Bada. Now I request our President to kindly give a bouquet to the learned Attorney General for being always so kind and generous with the Bar Association of India. Thank you. Now a formal vote of thanks by our Treasurer, Maratha sir.
हेलो ये ऑफ कर रखा है क्या ऑफ कर रखा है क्या चल नहीं रहा हेलो हेलो कैन यू हेयर मी वो दे दो ना चल नहीं रहा क्या कैन यू हेयर मी नाउ चल रहा है Good afternoon to all. Please don't leave. Let me say a word of thanks to all for coming here. It's my turn. On behalf of Bar Association of India, hello. On Association of Bar Association of India, I am glad to express my gratitude and thanks to all the speakers, to all the delegates. Those have come from 16 states throughout the India. Only off hai. So I am thankful and I express my gratitude and thanks to all for coming here and making success program. Thank you, President. Thank you.